Okay, back again on Unit 9A, we're on page 3, example D. So once again, in trying to solve these quadratic equations, we've got to follow a procedure. We need to make sure that we are in standard form and we are set equal to 0. So I've got to, excuse me, add 49 to both sides. I'm in standard form and I am set equal to 0. So now we are going to use the AC method. You can see our number is a little bit big. 4 times 49 is 196. You might recognize that as a perfect square, and it is. It's 14 times 14. So we've got 14 times 14, or in our case, we need negative 14 times negative 14 to get the negative 28. So when I split this up, I get x squared minus 14x minus 14x plus 49 equals 0. I group, and I get 2x minus 7, and then minus, there's the minus sign right there for that grouping, 2x minus 7 is equal to 0. And my last factoring piece will be 2x minus 7 times 2x minus 7 equals 0. So the first thing you might notice is these are exactly the same factor, and that's okay. That's all right. So we're going to, proceed on, and obviously if I set one of them equal to 0, I'll get 7 over 2. Now I should get the exact same thing if I set the other one equal to 0, because it's the exact same thing. So we do have two solutions. It's just this is called a double root, meaning that your solution is actually both of the solutions. It appears twice. It's 7 over 2. And that's okay. All right, let's move on to D. Sorry. So this guy is not anywhere in near shape form that we need him. He's not in standard form. He doesn't have it. He's not set equal to 0 over here. So we need to do distribution. Actually, I'll just go ahead and move. I'll get the guy equal to 0. It doesn't matter what order you do this in. Now I can distribute and get 2x squared minus 7x minus 4 equals 0. This looks a lot more familiar. It's in standard form. It's a quadratic because we have an exponent of 2. And now I'm ready to factor it using the AC method. So AC is 8. I need to add to a negative 7 in the middle, so I'm seeing negative 8 and positive 1. When I split it up, I get 2x squared minus 8x plus 1x minus 4 equaling 0. I'm going to group, and when I group, I can take out a 2x out of these first two terms. I get 2x, x minus 4. This term I will take out a positive 1, which leaves me with the x minus 4 that I need to match with that guy. So my two factors are x minus 4 and 2x plus 1 equal to 0. And if you set both of these equal to 0, I'll kind of do this in green over here. X minus 4 equals 0, x equals 4. And the second one is 2x plus 1 equals 0, 2x equals minus 1, x equals minus 1/2. Those are my two solutions. Okay, let's look at example F. So it's set equal to 0. It's in standard form because I've got my leading exponent of 2. And I'm going to factor, but I don't want a negative right here. So I am going to do, something a little bit different. I am going to look for the GCF. Remember, we're looking for GCF here. And there is a GCF in these three terms, and I'm going to pull out the negative 2. So what's left is x squared plus 2x minus 15, all equal to 0. Now, I can get rid of this negative 2 by dividing both sides by negative 2. That goes away. And I end up with x squared plus 2x minus 15 still equaling 0. There's a couple different ways to do this, but I like to look, we are always looking for the GCF when we're factoring. So if you notice that there's a 2, a 4, and a 30, and 2 comes out of both of them, and you're going to pull out the negative 2, then divide by negative 2, and you're set up with an easier problem to solve. So once we do that, my AC, I'm looking for negative 15 factors that multiply to 15, add the positive 2. So I'm seeing a positive 5 and a negative 3. So when I split this up, I get plus 5x minus 3x minus 15 equals 0. And that gives me the positive 2 here in the middle. Pull out your common factor. Your GCF for this one would be x. For this one, you pull out a negative 3, and you end up again with the x plus 5 equals 0. And your final factoring step will leave you with these two factors equaling to 0. And your final solutions are going to be x is equal to positive 3, and x is going to equal negative 5. All right, thanks for listening, and we'll carry on. If you need to review these again or you've got questions, bring them to class.